7 to down 7. The Fever had all of the energy early on. Championship medal of Las Vegas on full display, and Clark dropping a 3.
In her third matchup against the Las Vegas Aces, the team that has been a thorn in her side all season, Caitlin and the Indiana Fever were looking for that elusive win, but the Aces had other plans. Their mission? Make sure Caitlin Clark couldn't get involved.
Patient working inside the reverse. Oh, it took a big hit there on Jackie Young, and the foul does come, and for the second time here in the last minute, we have seen a heavy collision.
But from the start, the Fever didn't look like a team that had lost 2 straight. Caitlin, always one step ahead, saw the double team coming and found a wide open Lexi Hull in the corner.
Aces play second fastest, Indiana third fastest, and Lexi Hull, the league's top 3-point shooter, is now over 70% out of the break.
For the first 3 minutes, the Aces couldn't score, until Aja Wilson, the league's leading scorer, reminded everyone why she holds that title.
Here's Aja Wilson knocking down her first look.
On the other end, the Aces had a clear game plan, contain Caitlin with pure physicality. Even though they managed to slow her down, the Aces couldn't find their rhythm offensively, unless it was Wilson putting up points.
Range, where she's 2 for 2.
With all the defensive attention on Caitlin, her teammates found opportunities to shine.
Clark lob it up, Kelsey Mitchell wide open, and knocks down a triple.
But Wilson's mid-range was automatic. She sank her third shot in a row like she was playing horse by herself.
During that time from the 3-point line.
Wilson all mid-range and all day.
Caitlin, feeling the pressure, knew she had to get on the scoreboard. She drove straight into the double team, muscling her way to the rim.
Clark got around Stokes, gets to the rim, lays it in, and a foul.
You know Caitlin Clark is going to go right.
On defense, though, Caitlin wasn't as sharp. Her defender slipped right past her, but luckily, Nalissa Smith came through to save the day.
A fun matchup as Hayes gets underneath. Recovery there from Smith.
Instantly, Caitlin was on the move, pushing the ball in transition and sending a perfect bounce pass to Kelsey Mitchell for the easy bucket.
He's away with it. Clark turning on the Jets, backdoor pass. Mitchell can't finish with the reverse.
It was a textbook fast break, and the momentum seemed to be shifting in the Fever's favor. But then Lexi Hull got a little too fired up. She tried to copy Smith's defensive heroics, but instead racked up 2 quick fouls.
Hayes on the aggressive drive, runs into Hull, and draws the foul.
The Aces quickly adjusted, shifting to their perimeter game, and just when it looked like the Fever had it figured out, Wheeler hit a clutch 3 to answer.
That high up on the college scoring charts as Wheeler buries a 3.
The game was starting to feel like a game of cat and mouse. One team hitting a shot, only for the other to come right back. When Caitlin tried to join this flow with a big play ending the quarter, she got hit with a freight train of a defender. The Aces weren't letting her breathe, but in the second quarter, Caitlin finally got the chance to finish what she started.
Championship medal of Las Vegas on full display, and Clark dropping a 3.
However, it got spoiled soon after. She went up strong again, only to be met with an Oscar-worthy flop from the defender.
Open up a lane to the rim.
So Clark's pushed off on the drive.
The frustration was mounting, especially with the Aces getting away with a few no calls of their own, taking advantage to pull away.
Wilson into a double team, out to Alicia Clark.
With Lexi Hull continuing her foul streak, the Fever were in trouble. It became clear that they weren't going to win this game by matching physicality. The Aces were winning the foul game and using it to their advantage.
Team right up the gut and draws the foul. Mitchell 1-on-2, but does not care.
Even a glimmer of hope with the Clark-Boston connection.
Played very sparingly out of the Olympic breaks. Boston the hesitation and bounces it home.
Was quickly snuffed out by yet another Aja Wilson dagger.
Meaning she's not trying to let her get it back. Well, they're calling jump ball on that.
And then, in came a new face off the bench for Indiana. An odd one out, rarely seen on the court.
I don't know if Leah's going to get one or not. I'm sure she is.
Here's Wallace.
With so few minutes to prove herself, it wasn't the night for Wheeler to make an impact.
Hesitation, just trying to bully her way inside, and she stepped out of bounds. No, they call it for traveling.
Meanwhile, the other Clark, Alicia Clark, was making waves for the Aces.
She does. Kick out Clark, who hits her second three. Driving into Clark. There's Alicia Clark, 3 for 3.
Alicia Clark.
Stepping up on both ends of the floor, they were menaces on defense, while keeping the offense consistent, sinking shot after shot with ease. The Fever desperately needed a spark, and 22 delivered.
2 free throws. They're essentially trying to run the clock down. Clark banks it up, banks it in.
Finishing the half with a brief moment of hope, but they still had a mountain to climb to turn this game around. Kelsey Mitchell took the reins to start the third quarter.
Clark, backdoor pass, Mitchell lays it in, and a foul.
Fighting her way through the Aces' scrappy defense. But the Aces were getting away with more than a few questionable plays. Some clean, some that wouldn't fly in your neighborhood pickup game. The Fever, meanwhile, were getting whistled for every little touch.
Gray being guarded by Clark, and a foul is called. Gray got a step. Clark thought she had all ball, but
even with the odds stacked against them, they clawed their way back from an 11-point deficit to make it 49-45. Thanks to Nalissa Smith's gritty play. Just when the Fever had momentum, the Aces delivered a reality check, sending Smith crashing to the floor with a block that looked more like a wrestling move than a basketball play.
Comes over Chelsea Gray. Blocking foul is the call. It was a heavy collision.
But karma struck back as Caitlin forced a tough bucket with an and one, bringing the Fever within reach again.
Get on Plum here. Clark leans in, draws the foul, and knocks it down.
That's what I'm saying, Erica Wheeler.
Just when you thought it reached its peak, it didn't stop there. Caitlin gets to the bucket to try a tough reverse layup, and when she lands, the defenders decided to pull a UFC-style elbow straight to the face, sending her to the ground.